6 famous celebrities who became homeless after losing everything. Number 6. Lonnie Willison. Lonnie Willison, once a successful fitness model and actress, who married former Baywatch star Jeremy Jackson in 2012. They divorced in 2014 after Lonnie accused Jackson of physical abuse. Following the separation, Lonnie suffered from mental health and substance abuse issues, which eventually led to her becoming homeless in 2016. She now lives on the streets of Venice Beach, California, surviving by eating food from street dumpsters and transporting her belongings in a shopping cart. She blames her ex-husband for her downfall and claims to have been electrocuted in her apartment. She has lost her teeth and bruised her fingers due to alleged torture. Additionally, Lonnie spent almost 7 years living in a homeless camp in California, a stark contrast to her previous glamorous existence. Number 5. Delonte West. Delonte West, a former NBA player who earned over $16 million during his successful 9-year career. Despite his financial success, he is currently struggling with extreme challenges such as homelessness and mental health issues. His struggle began in 2008 when he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, a condition that causes erratic mood swings and impulsive behavior. Unfortunately, this resulted in a number of troubling occurrences, including an arrest in 2009 for possessing several guns. Along with other off-court problems, these incidents ultimately led to the end of his NBA career in 2012. After quitting the league, his life spiraled further out of control. In 2016, photos emerged of him panhandling on the streets of Maryland, leading many to believe he had become homeless. Despite attempts by his former teammates to help him, West continues to struggle with mental health and substance misuse difficulties. In recent times, he has been seen living on the streets, begging for money and indulging in disturbing behavior. Number 4. Rocky Lockridge. Rocky Lockridge was a former WBA and IBF super featherweight champion who achieved a successful career in the ring. After retiring from boxing in 1989, his personal life took a tragic turn. Lockridge and his wife Carolyn divorced soon after he retired, and he began to spiral into drug addiction. In 1993, he moved to Camden, New Jersey, and took a job as a cleaner and painter for a drum and barrel company. Despite his best efforts to begin a new life, Lockridge's drug addiction continued to plague him, and in 1994, he was arrested for burglary and sentenced to 5 years of probation. 3 years later, he was arrested again for a similar charge and served 27 months in prison. After being released in 1999, Lockridge had nowhere to go and ended up living on the streets of Camden. He relied on $140 a month in government aid and food stamps, as well as pocket change from panhandling to survive. Lockridge had a stroke in 2006, leading him to use a cane for walking. His physical and mental health continued to deteriorate, and he became a well-known figure on Camden's streets, where locals dubbed him Champ. Sadly, Lockridge died in 2019 at the age of 60 due to complications from a series of strokes and pneumonia. Number 3. Iran Barkley. Iran Barkley, a former professional boxer, held a significant dominance in the ring from 1982 to 1999. His extraordinary ability led him to win championships in 3 weight classes, which brought him fame and good fortune. During his career, he earned an estimated $5 million. With this wealth, he indulged in a lavish lifestyle, purchasing luxury cars and extravagant real estate. Despite his success, Barkley struggled to manage his wealth and often gave generously to friends and family, while keeping little for himself. Unfortunately, after retiring from boxing, his savings quickly dwindled, and in 2010, at the age of 50, he became homeless, sleeping in subways and motel rooms at night. Fortunately, in 2011, a non-profit organization stepped in to help him, providing him with a place to stay and support to get back on his feet. Number 2. Sly Stone. Sly Stone, known as the frontman of Sly and the Family Stones, was once an iconic figure in the music industry. Despite the ongoing success of his band, Stone's personal life was filled with chaos. His behavior became increasingly erratic and unreliable, causing him to frequently miss important recording sessions and live performances. As his behavior worsened, his record label and management team began to distance themselves from him, cutting off his access to royalty payments. Without a support system, Stone's life spiraled further out of control in the days that followed. He became isolated from his family and friends, and this intensified his addiction to drugs. After Stone became homeless in the late 2000s, he began living in a white camper van parked on Los Angeles streets. Despite his bad conditions, he bravely stated that he had no desire to return to his traditional home and that he was content living in the van. Number 1. Aaron Moran. Erin Moran is widely known for her work in American television sitcoms such as Happy Days and Joni Loves Chachi. Despite her successful career, she faced financial struggles, depression, and homelessness in her later years. Due to foreclosure, she began living with her mother-in-law in a trailer park in Indiana after losing her California home. But she was thrown out of the house by her for quarreling with her mother-in-law while drunk, due to which she later lived on the streets.